Final score 5-0 away to Burnley. And what a run it's been for Arsenal of late. They won 5 straight in league play, and in 3 of those 5, they have scored 5 goals or more. Quick math, that's 21-2. They're outscoring their opponents in their last 5 in the Premier League. Jules, we know you've got your Arsenal ways. Surely you must be over the moon with what you saw.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good performance overall on the continuity of what they showed and what we showed on the graphic just now, when you've got that kind of momentum. And also when you face a team like Burnley, who we saw the Liverpool goal at Brentford, and Brentford made a lot of mistakes. They were actually, apart from the Havertz goal at the end where they fall asleep, I even think that on the Havertz goal that you don't see well on the highlights, they try to play offside on the throw-in. That's how bad the Burnley defenders are. They don't even know the rules. but for the rest of the time, there's not an individual direct mistake, maybe like you could see, which means that they were completely overwhelmed by the movement from Arsenal, the position play from Arsenal, everything. And again, Burnley they're not good enough to be in this league anyway. But still, to go there and score 5 goals like that, I thought it was really impressive.
Anybody playing better than Arsenal right now in the Premier League, Stevie?
No.
Is it particularly close even? I mean, Liverpool's there, you'd probably say, right?
Yes. Yeah, no, I think the 2 teams at the top, Liverpool and Arsenal, are right now playing the best football. And you've got to ask yourself the question with Burnley, and it's all very well to say, well, this is our principles and we like to play football. But when you're clearly, not just on paper, but when the whistle goes, clearly the opposition are so superior to you, then you have to adapt. You can't just gamble and say, right, we're going to take on probably the team most in form in the Premier League. We're going to take them on and we're going to go toe-to-toe and we're going to try and outplay them. And if you do that, this is what happens. Because you're up against a team that is just so good, has goals all over the field pretty much, and you end up losing 5-0 at home. And Arsenal were fantastic, but Burnley, you got to rethink what you're doing.
Yeah. So Arsenal, Manchester City and Liverpool, of course, right in it for the Premier League title race. Here's a look at the odds as the odds makers see it. I guess, Frank, the question here as far as Arsenal is, yeah, it's a good streak, but we remember at the end of last year, there was a streak that was bad. Can they sustain it, Frank?
Yes, I think they're getting the experience that you need to perform until the last day, and they're getting better and better. And yeah, I think in a neutral point of view, I would say like 2 weeks ago, everybody would thought, yes, Arsenal is going to finish third, and it's between Liverpool and City. Even if I still think that City is a favorite, you cannot avoid thinking that, Arsenal, they're doing well. They're like in a racing car where they're just behind and ready to overtake you as soon as they can to finish first. So you have to really think that they're capable of doing it. You have to respect them because for sure they are contenders and they're showing that they play the best football. They're scoring so many goals. They're so much efficient. And if the opponents are bad, it may be because they're very good.
You buying this run, Casey, as kind of a launching pad to a Premier League title for Arsenal?
I think what they're doing is they're giving themselves an opportunity. I think when we look at what City have done over the recent history, what Liverpool have been able to achieve over in the last several years with Jurgen Klopp, we've just yet to see that with Arsenal. And until they do it, there's still going to be that doubt, is can they? And so, the only way, you talked about Liverpool and how long it was in the Premier League before they were able to win the title. Well, you don't get in the conversation until you actually do it. And so Liverpool's done it. They've had some cups. They've done this. So, okay, great. Yes, we think that it's a possibility. Arsenal yet have been able to prove that. Last year when they had the good run, it faltered. Now it's still the question mark. Okay, show us you can do it.
Stevie, aside from the experience, when you look at this Arsenal team, because like when we talk about City, you had a clear, Achilles heel. Yeah, what?
You said aside from the experience?
So that's it. That's the only thing you can point to.
That's a big thing. That's the only thing they're missing, but it just happens to be huge.
But Liverpool went without a title 30 years, and they didn't have the experience, and then they won it.
Yeah. But that's why we're questioning it all, because Arsenal do not have the experience. And when you're... Listen, if Arsenal were up against Leicester City or Watford, then the experience kind of... That part of it disappears, because neither of them have got experience. But when you're up against two teams who have recently won the Premier League, who have recently won the Champions League, you shouldn't be surprised when people think you're third favourite.
Jules, how big of an issue is Arsenal's lack of Premier League title-winning experience in this race?
No, I think it's a fair point from Stevie. I guess they've got the experience of last season, which didn't go well, but at least they can maybe just think about what happened there and whether this time they are the hunters or they are still hunted, we will know. I think it's also worth reminding everyone that Liverpool will host City and that Liverpool and Arsenal have already played each other twice, so there's no more Liverpool-Arsenal or Arsenal-Liverpool. That Arsenal will also go to City on March the 31st, which is before the clash between Liverpool and City. There's other games because I think Manchester United are going to be, whether we think they're good or not, they're going to be a bit of a referee in this title race. Spurs as well, because I think Spurs are still facing the three of them too. So there will be some of those big games there and there, which will be important, and also injuries. And right now, some of the Arsenal injured players are coming back slowly. City seem okay in terms of injuries, and Liverpool, as we've been saying, have been hit quite hard by injuries to Trent, to Alisson, to Szoboszlai, now Jota, and maybe Darwin and Jones, etc., etc. That will also play a big part. We saw that with Saliba Arsenal last season. Just one guy missing, and it seemed like it was all falling apart. So fitness-wise, obviously, is always important, as the experience that Stevie mentioned, and also, I guess, European competitions. Who's going to go far? And how far Liverpool in the Europa League, City and Arsenal in the Champions League, that also, I think, will matter a bit towards the final weeks of the season.